Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for your model railway. I know it's been a while since I've done episodes, but I've had some stuff going on and just not really had the motivation to come back to do the videos at the moment with what's been going on. But I'm going to try and continue on with this project of doing the long welded rail train, and we'll just see how we get on. Again, in today's episode, I'm going to continue working around the arms that we've been working on previously, trying to add a little bit more detail to those and add a few bits that are missing off of it. So I'm going to start with adding on today these two little pivot mounting points here for this hydraulic ram. So they're on the top of the arm, and we're just going to use the center profile plane to draw on and then extrude from that. So jumping into Fusion, as I said, we're going to use the mid plane, and we're going to select between the two profiles of the arm, and that will give us that mid plane running down the middle of it. For that mid plane, I'm going to create a sketch off of that plane. And what we're going to do is we're going to project on the profile of the arm there. Now, I've got some photos, but unfortunately I can't really show them. I've not been given permission. The person said that where the photos are taken, they don't want to be seen, and these show too much of the background. So I'm going to create a line. We're just going to work. I'm going to work from the photos, and you can copy along. So creating the line, first line on this back profile here, making sure it's not snapping to anything. I'm going to do that in as vertical as I can get it. So it's going to go like that sort of angle, and then it's going to come back down to the arm. Okay, and then obviously we've got to define the size of it. Okay, so defining the height here, so we're going to define that measurement, and I'm going to give that measurement a total height of 150 mil divided by 148. And it's just going to give you just slightly over 1 millimeter there. So the next thing we're going to do is define the distance from this bottom point to this point here. And in real life it's not actually that big, it's only 20 millimeters, so it's not going to give us a massive distance, it's just over 0.1 millimeter there. And then the overall length between these 2 points here is actually 13 centimeters, so we'll do 130 divided by 148. Okay, now that's all pretty much defined. Unfortunately, the biggest thing that's missing is this is actually a radius on the top, and that's not at all within any of the measurements that we've got. So we're going to create, I think I'm going to do a tangent arc. No, actually no, we won't do that. What we'll do is we'll extrude it, and then we'll curve that off the top. So we'll finish that sketch there, and then we can extrude the width of it. So we'll select the profile, extrude, right thing, and then we're going to do symmetrical, and then we're going to bring it out. We're going to bring that to a total of 0.4 millimeters, and then we're going to do a join. So now we've got that produced, what we'll do is, the easiest way to curve this off is we'll use the fillet tool on that top part there, and then we'll just round that down. I'm going to bring that down by 0.2 millimeters because I think that's a nice radius over the top there. Okay, so this is actually two pieces here, not one. So to make this obviously separate parts, I've drawn it as one, and then we can just select the profile there and then extrude again doing symmetrical. This time we're going to do as a cut, and then we can drag that out symmetrically I'm going to come out 0.2, so we've got two separate parts there. And then we can draw that sketch back off. Okay, so the next thing we're going to draw are the rams coming up. Now, unfortunately, when they went and measured the wagons, they were withdrawn, and those rams, and there's a set of rams on the side here, are both removed. So then, unfortunately, there's not really any measurements we can do for them. So we're going to just have to do this by eye and what looks correct. So again, we're going to use that mid-plane that we've created here, and we're going to draw a sketch off of that. Really wish this wouldn't rotate. If anyone knows a way to stop it rotating, please let me know, because I've not been able to find it, unfortunately. And we're going to create a line that runs from here up across to the body of the unit. So let's just create a line, find a point that looks roughly, in fact, if we project that whole body, we can do a line, and might find the midpoint there, we go. And then we're going to bring that point up at an angle to about this position here. So let's go 10 millimeters. Write it on that. Why isn't it writing for me? Thank you. 10 millimeters. That angle there. Okay, so let's define a little bit here. So if we, sorry, PC is being a bit laggy. We define from there, project on that line there, and we can find the angle. We'll go for 23 degrees. Okay, so now we've got that. The next thing we're going to want to do is finish the sketch, and then we're going to use the pipe tool initially. So we've got a diameter there, it's automatically picked up 0.2. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger and go for 0.4 so that both sides are touching, but I will do something at the end there to make that a little bit better on the end. And we're going to take that height, how far? Not particularly far, to be fair. I'm going to come for 0.35 millimeters. And if it will join, we will. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a sketch on the bottom face here. Where's the model disappeared? Here. And I'm going to use a center point rectangle. Of that center point. I'm going to go for 0.42. So it's just slightly bigger and overlapping those two pieces, but you're not going to really notice it. And then we can select the profiles, extrude. Drop the profile for some reason. Select them again. And I'm going to do a symmetrical extrusion. .15 millimeters and join. That'll act as like the pivot point on the bottom of the ram there. Next thing we're going to do is another pipe. So in fact, to not even do it as a pipe, we could actually just draw on that face here as the PC touches up. Jump around. So you have to just confused the way I'm doing this. The PC, obviously, with the rotation is not the greatest. Get the centre point circle on there, and we're going to go. Let's go for 0.75 millimeters in diameter, and select that profile, and then we can extrude that. And it's just like a collar on the end there. So if we extrude that by 0.3 millimeters, and make sure we're joining. And then we're going to extrude this on the end here again, drawing a larger picture, sorry, a larger diameter radius on there, so again, another drawing. This one's actually going to be slightly smaller, so I'm going to go for 0.6 millimeters on that. So it's bigger than the inside one, but smaller than the collar. And then we're going to extrude that. And we're going to take it up towards, like that. So it's coming up towards the RHV. I'm going to go for 6 millimeters in length, and again join, so it's joined to the bottom but not the top. So this is now where it's going to get a little bit of a pain for printing, because realistically these parts all need to be joined together, these mounting points. We're going to have to join this to the RHV. There's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. So we're going to draw the mounting points on here. So we're going to draw on the, select the cab, new sketch, and we're going to come off this side plane of that part we put in the middle there. And then we're going to draw some lines that come out like this. And then go up by 0.2. And then back in. Let's define the length of this bottom one, 0.65. And we're going to go from that point to the bottom, whatever height that sets at, so we're going to go for 0.18. And we'll draw another one that's below it, similar sort of thing, so we can come up to that point, down by 0.2. In, and then we can define the distance between these 2 points, 0.9 millimeters. Not sure why that's fully defined there. Not fully defined. Measure that. Okay, that's the side that wants to work. Okay, so what we can then do is select these 2 profiles, extrude them, and they're going to come over to the other side here like this. Join. Okay, so now I'm actually going to give these the shape that I desired based on the position of this. So we're going to come onto the top and sketch on this top surface. Unfortunately it's hidden underneath, so we'll just have to do what we can. So I'm going to split that piece there. I'll do the same there. So just find the distance from there to there. millimeters. The width 0.88 millimeters. Do the same on this side. Hopefully they're not going to overlap. So it's 0.7. Another line. Overlapping, that's fine. And then we're going to get rid of the bits that we don't want. So if we select that profile there, that one there, and that one there, and then we're going to extrude those down, cutting off the lower one. And then there's a couple of bits we need to chop off. So we're going to chop off this bit here. That's not fully drawn it, so on the inside. Try to get on the inside of it. So that profile, and the one on the other side. There, and extrude those three outwards to chop those off. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is create an offset plane from this front face. I'm just going to come in slightly. It goes minus 0.1, sorry, 0.2, and then draw on that face. We're going to project on those two, the top and the bottom pieces, and then draw a rectangle that's slightly narrower than it. With the dimension from the rectangle to the edge, we'll go for 0.13 on one side, and we'll probably be the same on the other. Okay, and then take that profile. Take that profile, and then we'll extrude that inwards, and then join, and that'll act as like the sort of mounting bracket point. That should then join the. Okay, so the next one I'll do is just round off these corners. So just select the corners here on the top. I'm going to just drag them in. So they're coming in 0.4. Do the same to the bottom ones. I'm just holding down Control while I select each of these, and then fill it, and then bring those in again. Same 0.4. So they're not the perfect match to what they actually look like on the real thing, but we're looking for a compromise between printability and strength, and also obviously what they look like. So there's a little bit of a compromise in there, but it's going to give us something that's going to look okay. And bearing in mind, we're talking about something that's a millimetre in size. Okay, so the video's got to about 20 minutes or so in length there, so I think I'm going to call that a day. We've got a reasonable amount done on this, and we've obviously joined the arms to the cab, so these two bits should be joined together here. So yeah, hopefully you're able to follow along okay, and your model's coming along nicely. Thanks for watching.